Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Cassie. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how I did my own box braids for the very first time. I have never done box braids before. I always thought that, you know what, that's just too hard for me. I'm not the best braider in the world, so if you are a beginner and you want to do your own hair and you don't want to spend a bunch of money at a salon, continue watching and I will show you guys how I did this style. And I'm sure you could do it too, because if I could do it, girl, you could do it too. I've been wanting to have a protective style for a long time now, but I didn't want to spend hundreds of dollars at a salon just to get my hair done, especially because I don't plan on keeping this style in for more than like a week and a half, maybe 2 weeks. So I felt like if I finally did my own hair, I wouldn't feel like I was wasting a lot of money. And I'm just kind of tired of doing my natural hair. I know you guys feel me out there. Like sometimes I just get so tired of wearing my hair in a bun. And when my natural hair is not in a bun, I end up wearing a wig to work. But I feel like I'm shortening the lifespan of my synthetic wigs by wearing them every day to work. And I don't want to do that anymore, but I also don't want to fool with my natural hair. So I was like, you know what? It's time. Just, you know, put your big girl panties on and do your own dang hair. So I did. This is definitely not a tutorial because, as I said, this is my very first time doing a protective style on myself. I just watched a buttload of YouTube tutorials, so if you guys want to see where I got a lot of my inspiration from, I will link a few videos down in the description box below. And yeah, so if you guys want to follow along with me and watch how I did this style, then let's go ahead and jump right on into this video. So I'm about halfway done with my hair. Bo, if you don't get that dang toy off the couch. I'm so hungry. It is 9:24. I have been doing these since 6:30. It's about 3 hours and my head is starting to hurt, but it's not because these are tight or anything. So yeah, I'm gonna go get something to eat and then I'll be back to show you guys how I do these last two sections, which is basically the top half of my hair. So yeah. I don't want that. Oh, don't you lick my camera. Get this off the couch. Like I said, I'm about halfway done with my hair. I have the top half to go, and I'm gonna show you guys exactly how I'm doing these braids. I did wanna mention that last night I went through and detangled my whole head and I separated it into 4 sections, and then I just braided each section. And I mean, like, I really detangled because I know that is super important when you're going to do a protective style. Another thing that I did was I added this Aunt Jackie's Not On My Watch leave-in conditioner, and this, let me tell you, my hair is so soft, like super moisturized. I don't think I've ever felt my hair this soft before, and this is the only thing that I use. It is the instant detangling therapy, and it says it softens, helps restore moisture balance, eliminates knots and tangles, and let me tell you, it does just that. I think I got this from Marshall's and it was only $3.99. I wanted to separate my hair into sections rather than while I'm doing these braids, I just have all my hair pinned up and I'm just like working, you know, like one row at a time. So here is the hair that I'm going to be using for the braids. It's a kinky texture. I purchased this from my local beauty supply store, but if I can find a texture similar to this, then I will link it down below in the description box. I like that this hair was already pre-sectioned, and that way it makes the process a lot quicker when you don't have to sit there and section out each piece of hair and making sure that, you know, it's the exact same size so your braids are uniform and things like that. So for a beginner, I think that it is really helpful to find hair that is already pre-sectioned. I'm a beginner and it's been helping me. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started and show you guys exactly what I'm doing. So I parted my hair, and I'm not being super precise with my parts just because I feel like the texture of this hair and the look doesn't really call for a super clean, crisp part. But if you're somebody who likes to, you know, have that, that's fine, do you. But I just felt like, you know, it wasn't gonna matter if my parts were a little bit messy and not so, you know, even because of how this style looks. So I separated that part into 2 sections. So I'm gonna do 2 braids, and I'm just going back through my hair and combing it out, making sure that it's all detangled. So then you're gonna wanna take an edge control, and I'm using this one by Even New York. It is their 24-hour edge tamer in the extreme firm hold. I like the Style Factor edge booster, but that's really expensive and I can't find it anywhere near me, and on Amazon it wasn't available for Prime, so I just went with this one, and so far I like it. And you're just going to want to apply the edge control all over your root, and then I kind of just like smooth it down the hair. Then I'm gonna go back in with my comb and comb through it and just kind of like distribute the edge control throughout this section, and that really helps to grip the hair and have your hair blend with the hair that you're going to be braiding with, and that way it doesn't like peek out and you don't have a whole bunch of, you know, frizzy pieces sticking out. So now I'm gonna take a rubber band, and these are the rubber bands. They're not the elastic ones, because honestly, those elastic ones pop all the time. Like, I try to use them on my daughter's hair, and as soon as I put them in, they start popping. Ain't nobody got time for that. So I'm just going to use rubber bands, and I'm going to tie it onto my hair. I'm not gonna put it super tight because we are gonna crochet the hair in, so you want it to be loose enough for the hair to fit, and that way you don't cause a lot of tension here at the root. So taking 2 strands of the hair, the ends, I wanna show you guys what the ends look like. They're twisted and they're kind of clumped together, and it is very hard to separate these. So I've been clipping the ends off and then fluffing the hair, and I'll show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So like right there where you see it's kind of all clumped together, I've literally just been cutting them off. And then I take the ends and I start to pull it apart. And this helps once you start to get to the end of the braid and you need to borrow hair. It's separated, so it makes it a lot easier. So I'm gonna do that to both ends. So taking my crochet needle, I'm going to go under the rubber band, and I'm going to hook the hair onto the needle, and then close the little latch and pull it through. And then we're only gonna pull through 2 strands. Then I will pull the hair and I'll adjust it so that the ends are even and I don't have one side that's shorter than the other. So then I separate my natural hair into 3 pieces like I was going to braid, and I just clump it together with the braiding hair, and then we'll go ahead and get started. As I'm braiding, I will braid a few like this, and then I'll just go through and detangle the hair. You don't want the hair to get tangled because then it's gonna be a huge mess once you get to the bottom of the braid. So just detangle and like run your fingers through as you're going along, and that way it'll keep the hair from getting clumped together and knotted up. Here is the end of my natural hair, and this is where I'm gonna take a little bit more of the edge control and apply it right here, so that way the ends will stay inside the braid and they won't come out. If you find that you have one strand that's a little thin, like this one right here, you can just borrow from another piece and keep it pushing. So I've gone down to the bottom of the braid, and I have one piece that's a lot shorter than these pieces. So I'll take a little bit more edge control and I'll add that small piece to a larger one, and then I'll just 2-strand twist all the way down. You could keep separating, but I find that this hair is a little bit harder to separate. So if I just 2-strand twist, it makes it a lot easier, and that way I have 2 equal pieces and it will still stay and it looks cute. It looks good enough for me. So I just 2-strand twist until I get all the way down to the bottom. I like this kinky texture for once you get down to the braid, because all you have to do is like wrap it around itself and it stays. And that's it. You don't have to worry about it unraveling because of the texture of this hair. So I'm going to show you guys again what I did to each braid, and I also had a few things that I wanted to mention that I forgot to say while I was filming this video. One was that I did soak this hair the night before in some hot water, a little bit of shampoo, and some apple cider vinegar. I heard that the apple cider vinegar helps with the itchiness, and I wanted to soften up the hair just a little bit because of the texture. It is a bit rough, and it did help a lot. And when I finished this style and I was done with all the braids, I dipped them in boiling hot water just to seal the ends and to soften it up a little bit more, and that helped. I just wanted to let you guys know that make sure that when you're dipping your ends, you don't dip your natural hair into the hot water, because that's just going to cause problems, and we're just trying to seal the braiding hair, not our natural hair. All right, I'm going to go ahead and speed up the rest of this video, and I will see you guys at the end. that is it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. Comment down below. Let me know if you do your own hair or do you go to a salon. And last but not least, please subscribe if you have not already and hit that notification bell so you never miss a video from me again. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.